In this video, we're going to start talking about the context system in React. The context system was recently introduced with React version 16. A previous version of context existed in releases before that, but in version 16 we got a new version of context, or essentially a revamped version of context. When this feature came out inside of React, everyone kind of rejoiced and said, oh, we don't have to use Redux anymore. But that's a little bit of a stretch. So in this video and the next couple, I'm going to tell you more about the context system and help you understand what void or what purpose it really fills inside of the React world. So let's get to it. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is exactly what the context system is. Throughout this course, we've been making use of the prop system in React. And with the prop system, you and I have been passing data from a parent component to a direct child component. With the context system, we are doing almost the exact same thing. The context system is all about communicating information. The only difference is that with the context system, we are passing data from any parent component to any arbitrary nested child component. Now, of course, when I just show you these text definitions right here, they probably don't make a lot of sense. So let's take a look at this in diagram format. Okay, so this right here is a diagram of some imaginary application that is communicating data by using the prop system. At the very top, we've got some app component that is showing a header, and the header is showing some button component. So all three of these white boxes are React components. Let's imagine for a second that the app component wants to customize the text shown inside the button. To do so, we might create a new prop called button text and pass that from the app component down into the header. So there's the button text prop right there. It would then be the responsibility of the header to make sure that it passed that prop down into the button to customize how the button is displayed on the screen. So nothing new about this. This is the same old prop system that you are used to. Data going from a direct parent to a direct child. So let's look at this same application or the same little hierarchy right here using the context system instead. All right, so here it is with context. With the context system, we are still communicating information from a parent component down to a child. The only difference is that with context, we can communicate from any arbitrary parent to any arbitrary child. It does not have to be direct one-to-one communication. In other words, parent down to direct child. In other words, with the context system, we can communicate data from some very high up parent down to some very deeply nested child. Now, that in total is the context system. That is the purpose of the context system. It is all about communication of data, and that is it. As I said just a little bit ago, a lot of people have said, oh yeah, we don't have to use Redux anymore or anything like that with context. But that's not necessarily the case. The context system is just about communication. There are some patterns that we can use now with context that were not quite so easy before, but at its core, context is just like props. It's just about communicating information and nothing else. Now, in order to get a better idea of how we actually make use of context, let's take a quick pause right here, and when we come back to the next section, we'll talk about a little application that we're going to put together. So quick pause, and I'll see you in just a minute.